guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Priya and I am in my kitchen today. I am making my ramen, so I thought I would film it. It has changed from my previous recipe. If you haven't seen my previous recipe, it is on my Instagram. I'll put the link below so you can see what it was. It's going to taste similar, but a little bit more flavorful in my opinion. Whatever you want to put for your toppings is fully optional. I am choosing to use mushrooms, jalapenos, red peppers, cilantro, tofu, seaweed, and some roasted sesame seeds. If that seems like a lot, cut back. You don't need to do that. I feel like the prep for all these isn't much, so I use this and it's really filling. I'll include all the details for the recipe down below in the description box, and I'll just walk you through what I'm doing now. So it is kind of hard to find broths without onion and garlic specifically. I have been able to find one. I used this one from Ocean's Halo. It's the miso broth, and I picked this up from Walmart. I haven't been able to find it anywhere else, but if you know where you can pick this up other than Walmart here in the States, let me know in the comments below. That would be really helpful. For the noodles, I am using the same brand. It's from Ocean's Halo. It's like noodle cakes right here, and these are proportioned like one per person, so that's really helpful. That being said, I want to show you what's in my paste. What I do is I combine all my ingredients for my paste and I put it into my container for my magic bullet, and I pretty much blend it to a very fine paste. So I'm going to take about 1/2 teaspoon of the fried chili in oil. I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of the sambal sauce and add that. I'm then adding in the cube of the green chili and ginger, and I would say it's about 1/2 teaspoon of each, and it's frozen, but that's okay, it's going to melt anyways. Then I'm taking the juice of 1/2 a lemon and just squeezing that into the mixture here. You can always add more later, so I always just start with 1/2 a lemon. I'm going to take about 1 to 2 spoons of the gochujang, and I'm going to take 1 full spoon of the miso paste. For celery salt, I don't really have a specific measurement. I just give it a few shakes and put it in here. For the 5 Chinese spices, I am giving it about 1/2 a teaspoon. When you smell it, it is really strong, so you want to make sure you're not overpowering the taste with the different spices. And then I'm going in with soy sauce, and I'm using the one from Kikkoman, and I am taking about 1 to 2 spoons. So I do have wasabi here. This is optional. You don't have to add this in if you don't want to. You can totally skip it. This will be plenty spicy without it. I am going to add about 1 line. There is so much flavor in this bullet, I can't even explain to you. It smells so good. So I'm just gonna close that up, and I'm going to give it a whirl till it's a very smooth paste. Okay, so that's it. The hard part is actually done. We're going to fry the paste a little bit in the pan so the spices are really enhanced, the flavor becomes stronger, and it's really flavorful, if that's the best way I can explain it. And you just want to make sure you don't burn the paste. That would be unfortunate, especially because there's a lot of chilies and stuff in here. It will be very easy to burn it. So I'm going to turn on my stove. I'm going to take you that way and show you guys what I do. Keep in mind, I use this as my broth. So you're going to want to either make your broth ahead of time, way ahead of time, so it's ready to go, or you can just get the same one or get whichever one you want to use. But yeah, so I'm going to take you that way. Let's go. Okay, so this is absolutely my favorite step in the whole ramen recipe, but basically I'm using a big pot here, say that I can fry my mixture in this and also add my broth. So I'm giving it enough space to do so. I'm not using any extra oil. There is enough oils and salts in here. My stove is at medium heat, so just keeping that in mind. I'm going to pour my mixture in there. I'm going to just be moving the mixture here in the pot, making sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. I like to take my broth, give it a good shake, pour a little bit of the broth back into the container, and give it a good shake. There you go. Nothing gets wasted. Now that the paste has stopped sizzling, I am going to add in the rest of the broth here. And I'm going to give it a good mix here. I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit over medium, but still keeping it close to that mark. So I'm going to just cover up the broth, let that boil. I'm going to get started on the vegetables and the tofu that I need to cook. So for the ramen noodles, I am using the ramen rice cake. The instructions on the box say it takes about 3 to 4 minutes until tender. I have my water boiling in the bag, and then we can get to plating our ramen, which is actually the best part because you get to eat it. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's been about 3.5 to 4 minutes. I'm going to remove the noodles. I'm going to be using a strainer. Actually, Anand taught me this very handy trick. I thank him all the time for it. Actually, that's a lie. I don't thank him at all, but let's pretend I do. So I have all the noodles I need to take. This is my one portion. So I'm going to take these noodles and dump them in my bowl. First, give the broth a nice mix. Using the ladle, I'm going to just scoop out the broth and put it into the bowl. I like to add enough broth that it is just over the noodles. Actually, Anand is like that. He always eats all his noodles first, and then he'll try to eat my noodles and be like, you want more noodles? But I save my noodles, Anand. There's a method to my madness. So that is a good amount of broth for the noodles. I'm going to add some fresh jalapenos, some sauteed mushrooms and bell peppers, and then some sauteed tofu. I'm going to add in 2 leaves of seaweed, some chopped cilantro, just for some freshness, and a little bit of toasted sesame. Okay, so just before I end off this video, I wanted to give this a quick taste. You know, every time I make it, it's a little different just based on what I have. That was really good. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you try out this recipe. Let me know what you guys think. A few people have tried it out and really raved about it, which like brings me so much joy. Okay, so there you have it. Some really simple, easy to do at-home ramen. I really tried to break it down. I feel like if you don't have one or the other spice, it's not really going to matter. I think it's still going to be really flavorful. So give it a shot. I bought most of my stuff either at regular grocery stores or an Asian market. I was able to go to the first one and find everything I need, so I don't think anything is super specific. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this recipe, if you try it out, definitely let me know in the comment section below. It really helps me out to know whether you guys are enjoying these videos, what you guys want to see next. And yeah, so I will catch you guys on my Instagram. If you don't follow me yet, I'll link it down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Good job, girl!